Find all the zeros of this polynomial given that 1 plus 3i is a 0. So we're told one of the zeros. Notice that this polynomial has all real numbers as coefficients, which means that the conjugate pairs theorem applies. And since 1 plus 3i is a 0, then its conjugate 1 minus 3i is also a 0. What this tells us is x minus 1 plus 3i is a factor, and x minus 1 minus 3i is also a factor. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and multiply all of this out, and this will tell us a way to factor this polynomial. So first I'm going to distribute my negatives. So minus 1 minus 3i and x minus 1 plus 3i. Now we need to distribute everything. So we'll take x times x, which is x squared. X times negative 1 is negative x. And x times 3i is 3ix. Then negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Negative 1 times 3i is negative 3i. Then we have negative 3i times x, which is negative 3ix. Negative 3i times negative 1 is positive 3i. And negative 3i times 3i is negative 9i squared. So now we can simplify quite a bit. We've got plus 3ix minus 3ix, and minus 3i plus 3i. And this negative 9i squared, because I squared equals negative 1, this whole thing becomes plus 9. Now we can combine our like terms. We've got x squared minus x minus another x is minus 2x. And then plus 1 plus 9 is plus 10. This tells us that x squared minus 2x plus 10 is a factor of this polynomial. To find the other factors, we can then divide our polynomial by this factor. We have to use long division in order to do this. X to the fourth minus 3x cubed plus 6x squared plus 2x minus 60 divided by x squared minus 2x plus 10. We take x to the fourth and divide it by x squared. We get x squared. X squared times this entire divisor, we get x to the fourth minus 2x cubed plus 10x squared. We subtract. The x to the fourth term cancels. Negative 3x cubed minus negative 2x cubed is negative x cubed. 6x squared minus 10x squared is minus 4x squared. And the 2x and the minus 60 just come down because there's nothing to subtract from those. Now we do it again. Negative x cubed divided by x squared is negative x. We multiply negative x by this divisor. We get negative x cubed plus 2x squared minus 10x, and we subtract that. The x cubes cancel. Negative 4x squared minus 2x squared is minus 6x squared. 2x minus a negative 10x is positive 12x. And negative 60 comes down because there's nothing to subtract from it. Now we take negative 6x squared, divide by that x squared, and we get negative 6. Negative 6 times this divisor gives us negative 6x squared plus 12x minus 60. And now we subtract, and we notice that these are identical, so we get 0. Now, we were expecting a 0 here because we knew that this x squared minus 2x plus 10 was a factor of our polynomial. So when dividing it out, we would expect a remainder of 0. What that tells us is that our polynomial factors as the x squared minus 2x plus 10 times this quotient, x squared minus x minus 6. Now, our goal is to find all of the zeros. We already know the complex zeros are 1 plus 3i and 1 minus 3i, but to get our real zeros, we just need to go further with this factor. and factor that down into linear factors. That factors as x minus 3 times x plus 2. Setting those equal to 0, we get x equals 3 and x equals negative 2. So the zeros of our polynomial are these two real zeros, including the complex zeros given above here, 1 plus 3i and 1 minus 3i. And those are the four zeros of our polynomial.